So, I thought to myself I'd try Final Fantasy XIV's demo. Server is currently congested. But hey, I've got a loading screen, so the question is it going to work? So, yes, I've heard a lot about this demo. I've heard that essentially you can play the game for a very, very, very long time for free. Apologies for the brief lack of sound there, people. I just realised that my camera was slightly over the cutscenes. Yes, this is the character I've created. Her name is Juliana Van Thorn. That's the name I've come up with for her.
Here.
What? Here or here?
Here. Feel.
So, I'm going in blind to this. I've chosen a character as DPS. I don't normally play MMORPGs, but as it's free, I thought I'd give it a shot. And... is this Kingdom Hearts all of a sudden?
Hear. Feel. Think.
So all that time you spend customizing your character and they just do that to you straight out of the gate. I'm hoping this is some kind of intro dream, people. That's what I'm hoping here. It'll be awkward if not. And we are loading. Oh. Hey, you! Is this Skyrim? Waking up in the back of a cab? You alright, lass? You're moaning something fierce there for a while. Feeling the effects of the ether, I reckon. You'll get used to it though, don't worry. Oh, it's always nice to see chocobos. Chocobos are cool. And some of the shading effects there aren't as good as I expected. You there! Halt! What's all this about? Inspection! Men, search the carriage! I'm just an honest paddler, friend, so don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out! Sir, look! Somnus! Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days. Unless you can afford the fine. Yeah, business as usual. Amalja! To arms! To arms! Seven hells! Consider this a warning. Now go! All of you! Bye. I admire them trying to Eastern thug against, like, these versions of Ifrit. I admire their tenacity to do that. That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lass. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to rescue. Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you might keep me company till we arrive. Them young uns don't much care for conversation, see. Brant's the name, peddling's my trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I wager you're one of them new adventurers, because I'm gonna break the fourth fucking wall and there's nothing you can do about it. Ah, I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business. These days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Go on, go with Glory. Glory, eh? Well, if you want to take on them tasks as other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventuring business and that. Just to remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Uldar? I've never heard of the place, so yes. Yeah, it is. Well then, let this journeyed intern tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Uldar's ruled by Sultana in name, but as most folk know, the syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies will happily get rid of her grace altogether. But that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the royalists. And the royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the lizardmen, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Uldan politics. They had their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. The sea war is a gift to paddlers. Need bread and profit. I know it shames me to say it. I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last. Behold Oda, jewel of Fanon, where folk turn sand into gold. Sand into gold, eh? That's the plan here, people. We're going to become rich by digging in the sand. Reminds me of the gold rush for fool's gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ulda.
With some very low poly buildings there. You notice how angular the buildings were. They weren't quite
Even with the coming
PS1.
of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis.
Yep, so
As
again,
the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul.
they give you a lot of dialogue for an MMORPG, don't they?
One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
You say that to all the players, mate. I'm not buying it. Ah, here's where we part with these, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's onto the high road for me. Yeah, I want you to have this. My way of thinks are putting up with me prattle. And that was... You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider a square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
By fire are we reborn. Maybe if we're Clive Rosfield or Joshua, but not here. And there we are, we have a title screen. Final Fantasy XIV. We've got a title screen already, people. So I thought I'd do this as a short video just to see what it's like, because getting this game downloaded was a right pain. Even with my ultra-fast internet, I was getting no more than 100 megabytes per second. The servers just don't seem capable. Yeah, you can tell that this was released a long time ago, looking at all of the assets on display here, people. Like, that backdrop there looks ugly as anything. Oi, Venturer, over here! Oh my god. Aye, I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance? Yeah, how can I tell, eh? Yeah, don't trust the first person you meet. Name's Women, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I was offering you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge. Even just for once, like. Yep, so welcome to Uldar, the shining beacon of horizon for the deserts. Okay. Please select the control scheme you wish to use, mouse and keyboard, because I've not got a pad plugged in. Yeah, so WASD, turn character, jump is spacebar. Okay, alright. When you're ready to proceed, speak to Raymond. Yep, so there's my character. Don't be like that, friend, I promise I'll make it worth your while. I'm trying to get used to the fucking controls. Huh? No, I don't want the play guide. I want to do this blind. So we have actually tank controls, believe it or not. Which is kind of not what I expected. Yep, non-player characters, NPCs. Right-click the mark to bring up the quest window. Okay. Yeah. To recognize the adventurer in the city-state of Uldar, you must register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Do I have any money? I'm not sure, actually. Do I have any cash? Yeah, it's just plain to anyone with eyes, you don't know your way around here. If I let you go off wandering down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse. And I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything else, you want to head over to the quicksand and speak to Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventurer. What was that? That was a quest? Oh, wow, really? You've begun a quest? Use the duty list to help you complete your task. So on the right side of the screen, a maximum of 5 questions. Oh, yes, they're my stats, people. Check me out. Oh, yeah. Well, I do have quite a lot of MP. I've got no HP, but I've got tons of MP, which is weird. That's bizarre. So, I've got a lot of moves, but very little else, I'm afraid. So let's get going. It's weird because I'm having to use like the keys to turn. I'm used to moving the mouse as a way around it.
If you're looking to mingle with folk from all over, then the quicksand is the place for you.
Okay, thanks for that. You look like the, Nope, can I not talk to you? Oh, I'm quite surprised at that. Elviane.
I think it's time I replace my tired old wand. And since we have the Alchemist Guild right here in Uldar, I might even treat myself to one of those more expensive, custom-made types.
Cool. Spend your money how you want to. You'll get no judgment from me. Papasu.
Hello there, adventurer. You new to town? You best direct all questions to Mistress Moldy then. She'll take care of you.
You won't believe I have planned for today. Here we go again. I mean, that's to be fair, it's one of the more realistic depictions of a guild I've ever seen. Now, I've just realised one minor thing here. So this is where the audio is going to go a bit janky for a second. Apologies, people. I normally don't have the mouse cursor on display, but since a lot of the interactions involves using it, I thought I'd get it on there. As one of the Smiths, I provide guidance for those just starting out on the path of the adventurer. For the present, I suggest you learn your way around the city, and endeavour with which Momodi shall no doubt wish to aid you. What the hell? Yeah, I'm taller than you now, bro.
I've dined at many of Uldar's finer establishments, but none hold a candle to the quicksand. Somehow the ale tastes sweeter when drunk in her presence.
Oh, God. We got someone who's got an infatuation with the innkeeper, people. Quite a lot of loading screens.
Why, hello there! Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Uldar, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you, that is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with Amalja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate nigh on... forever now. Then there's the Gallian Empire. None can say for sure what they're planning these days, only that they are.
Oh, what the fuck? We got... Okay, that was not on my dance card, people. What the fuck?
Aye, the people make drink and make merry, but underneath it all, there's worry and a lingering feeling of loss.
Do we really need to have... Yeah, there was no warning of that in the game, people.
And little wonder. It's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an eighth hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. So it's like the end of the world had come at last. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them, 2 or 3, you'd think people would remember something like that. But the fact is, they don't. Nobody does.
It was called the Great Server Reset.
There's one thing that the survivors beyond know. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm who wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten. And so we call them the Warriors of Light. and they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is you lend a helping hand and try to leave Udalar a better state than when you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. All right then, a promise is a promise now. You'll remember. I count on your help out to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days.
People working, spending, and bickering. Like a Friday night in a British pub. The Alice Manders return stream is a good example for that one. Go check that out in the archive.
And a happy and prosperous Ula means more business for Quicksand too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name and register. Neat as you can. Juliana Van Thorn? Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue. It does. All right, Miss Van Thorn. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially...
Please, sir, be merciful. Serve as my witness, I swear. I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a fourth chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy!
Well, he did a sorry sight. Not an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, all right?
To be fair, if I stub my toe, you're going to see me stamping around the room, cursing and throwing out 1,000,001 swear words. Momodi, crying to you is the last thing on my mind when I stub my toe.
Of course, I do enjoy hearing the lady muse on the many men. Blah.
Okay, she wants me to do that kind of adventure of evil. Again, not on my dance card.
I do enjoy hearing a lady muse on the many manhoods of her acquaintance from time to time. Any road, welcome to Ulda, Juliana. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little about our fair city.
Yep, so we can complete that. Easiest quest I've ever done in my life. And that's apparently that's the game's tutorial. Crazy. Apologies, just received a I just received the message there, so I had to listen well.
Listen out to wisdom of Modi, and then go forth and discover incredible adventures that await you.
I guess. Okay. So, Momodi, the proprietors of the Quicksand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Time for the fetch quest giveth, people. Here we go.
Before you go charging out to find your fortune, I've got a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform, so to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the XIV Plaza. To get there, head west from here until you reach Emerald Avenue. Then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an aphorite. If it weren't for aphorites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever get attuned with an aphorite before, Juliana? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Pugilist Guild over at the Platinum Mirage. Assuming those weapons of yours aren't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ilda, as long as you got the gil. Just make sure you don't pay any more than you ought, Juliana. There's plenty of what they won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Ciceroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short then, visit Aphrodite Plaza, the Pugilist Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power. What many even fail to realize is that instead of chasing out the guild and wanting to get here, they ought to be making friends, and rainbows, and plushies, and organizing sleepovers. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with a smith over yonder. Those lads always have good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it for me. So I pass how you got going. Oh, and let me know when you finish, will you? That way I will spend my days worrying you down to these small clothes with a guilty name.
So of course we have the... And there we are, quest has been accepted. We've got experience points, we're now level 3 apparently, which is good, so that's nice and useful. Oh. I don't think anything's going to happen with that. We'll see what happens there. Right, okay. Let's see what you've got to say then, sir. Ah, greetings. I'm one of the smiths, a stoker of fires and a forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I've been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. Now, I see you've recently taken up the Adventurer's Mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of Mentor. Men are starting ready to advise you on any aspects of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belts, and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even offer to accompany you on your adventures. I highly recommend you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Eorzea. Please do not hesitate to ask me if you'd like to know more. Yep, so the new adventure status applied to all players has recently begun their adventures in Eorzea. Amongst Eorzea's thriving population, there are seasoned players known as mentors who've taken it upon themselves to assist these new adventurers. When a new adventurer and a mentor form a party, they receive both free bonus experience. Upon invitation by a mentor, a new adventurer can access to Novice Network, which is an exclusive chat channel, where they can consult with mentors and share their experiences with other players. Ah. No one sets foot to the adventurer's path just about knowing all there is to know. Mentors are there to answer your questions, so be sure to make the most of their wisdom and experience. Oh god, so you actually talk to people. So I'm guessing they're wanting me out of the way. Oh, they've gone now. They've vanished. So that was that's obviously another player, and they just disappeared immediately afterwards. Ah, that's the steps of Thal. So here's where we're now actually in control. I think. I had the wrong keys then. I'm too used to moving the camera with my mouse to turn. It feels weird not doing that. And these are the other players. No, that's not letting me do it. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow, they're level 100. Good lord. They've been playing the game for quite some time, haven't they? Jeez. I don't want to send invitations to, basically... Ah, so I can't hire retainers. Okay, fair enough. Ah, there's Sasroga. That's one of the... Ah, nah. And there's the Aephorite shard. So we can attune to this. And I'm guessing that's kind of like fast travel. So we now have access to Ethernet. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved by simply placing your hand upon the stands. So it's fast travel. Which is pretty useful.
And you are... Oh, a newly adventurer. But of course, yes, I am Sasroga. What can I do for you? Ah, you'd have me teach you the ways of the marketplace. Very wise. As for my fee? What? You expect me to do it for free? For free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Uldam for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt that you could afford my services. But the fact you offer nothing is laughable.
Oh, Mistress Memodius wanted you to sing me out, eh? Did she? Oh, consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Uldar's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Vilbrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Uldar as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer. A deadlier sword, perhaps, or a silver trinket. Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives, and crafting materials. And to the south, you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant, or browse to your heart's content. But do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. That is all complimentary aid you shall have from me. and far too much for my taste. My regards to Mamoni. Now off with you! Yep, so that's one of the quests done. We've done that, so we need to visit the... we've attuned ourselves to A4I found within the city, so there's more to find. Someone who's busy showing off here with an idle thing. Ooh, distraught lass. What's this? Is that a quest? Ah, you need to be level 50 or higher. Okay. I can't take it even if I want it. The game's like, no. You can't do that. You have too little experience. Hey, we've apparently got an achievement. There are achievements in an online RPG. Ah, right. This is outside the city. We shouldn't be here, then. Right, click on a target to switch to active mode and ready auto attack. 2 rotating arrows will appear over there, but you are currently attacking. Various scorches such as spells. Right, let's not do that until we've actually been to do some fighting. Where it'll go through the controls. Because I have a feel that it says it's going to be causing problems. This must be the hardest part of playing an online role-playing game. The constant loading and connection issues. I'm half expecting an NPC to appear all of us and start saying, "We must save my family!" Gary. I don't think he's in this game, but stranger things have happened. After all, a certain character who became a meme online years ago ended up becoming an NPC in one of the World of Warcraft games, I believe. I never played that, by the way, so I can't say much more about it. Yeah. So achievements, just about everything, include titles, added to your display, just showcase your greatness. So you want to brag, basically. Yep, that's fine. Retainers are helpful NPCs who can be hired to maintain the game, as well as place goods for sale in the market. And once we've got approval to acquire them, we can acquire them. Crescent Moon will appear to write experience power when we enter a sanctuary, accrue a rested bonus. Okay. All experience earned through battle while under the benefit will be increased. Rested bonus displayed on the bar, and inns and cities require them. Okay. We've got the main menu, quick access to the game, blah, blah, blah. All right. Log out or exit game from system menu. And that's that. And then finally, we got the scenario guide. And that's the map there, so you can bring the map up to see where we want to go. So in terms of our guild, because we wanted to find the Pugilist Guild. I've seen the Gladiator Guild, but not the Pugilist one. Goldsmiths Guild, Gladiators Guild, Okay, let's keep going. You're having to manually adjust the camera rather than... Because I'm too used to playing the Resident Evil games where you can move your camera and it shows your aim. Some kind of weird peppy music there for a second. Not quite sure what that was about. One misstep and it's to Stone's Throw with you. What's Stone's Throw when it's at home? What's Stone's Throw? Anybody know? Answer, not me. So that's giving me a little... mapping of it. So I need to get to the steps of Nald. Right, okay. So it is this way, apparently. Oh, an Aphrodite shard. Nice. And there is a very important quest marker in the middle.
Ah! What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence. And now look. Look at how my gill is scattered across the ground. Pick it up right this instant.
No lady wants you to gather the gill, which you call... For God's sake, seriously? Oh, so interacting, you kind of yeah, right. So yes, that's what I did. I did right click it, but apparently that interrupted it. Oh boy. In terms of an intro quest, this is one of the more, I don't know, weird ones. So this is the first for this channel, an online role-playing game, and so far I've been playing pretty much solo.
My gill, now! And there better be naught missing! This appears to be everything. What are you still staring at? Are you expecting some kind of reward? The insolence!
Okay, that was not what I expected to happen.
I do not converse with commoners.
You do when they have money to give you. Right, I've seen another quest marker here, but it might not be for me because it seems to be saying the Gladiators Guild, and obviously I'm not a gladiator. I'm a pugilist. Well, I'd say being a gladiator makes you a damn pugilist. What do I know? But there's the steps of Nald. I've actually no idea how you save on this game. There must be a way. And there you have the achievements that have been obtained. Mapping the realm, woo. Okay, and I like the little Metal Gear Solid cone that we've got here. Reminds me of a lot of Metal Gear. There's another Aetherite shard. Oh, Aethernet shard even. Aetherite is from something else. A little bit of hurry up and wait there in terms of that, wasn't there? It's a case of taking our time to be able to interact. Yeah, I'm right. It is in this direction. It's right here.
As of a serious sacred structure where morals seek the favor of Thal, arbiter of the afterlife. For in death, we must all abide by Thal's final evaluation of our existence. Those deemed with had lives of richer virtue are rewarded with greater comfort for eternal souls. I urge you to consider making a donation and enhancing your virtue, thus ensuring a golden paradise for your time in the realm beyond.
In other words, pay us money. To which I must say no. In the name of science. Erasmus of Thaumaturge's Guild is preoccupied with his studies, but his brow is furrowed in a way that cries out for help. I am Erasmus of the Order of Naldfall, and I am charged with studying the anatomy of this region's fauna and the environs in which they dwell. For the dark art of our order is death itself, and power over death can only come through knowledge of life. One day I shall publish my findings in a single comprehensive volume, The Many Breaths of Fanalan, but there is much work to be done before that day. Aid me, sister. Bring me 5 bottles of marmot blood, and perhaps I shall name you in a footnote. Marmots are hardy creatures that thrive nigh everywhere. You'll most certainly find them just outside the city in western Fanalan, by the gate of Sultana. Do take care, these feisty little creatures, when threatened. So that's our first hunt quest by the looks of it. So this is the guild of the, this is the guild... Well, that's ours, so I'm going to go to do mine first. So there are other quests in the area, so we can find quests and basically do it our own way. Of course, when it comes to playing an RPG, the side quests take priority. I don't care if there's a meteorite flying towards the Earth and it's going to obliterate it. I am going to get milk for the cat. I am going to guide chickens back to the roost. I am going to find someone's book in a library. I don't care about the god who's going to destroy the world. These little NPCs matter more. Meanwhile, what have you got to offer us, Jejakuta? Jejakuta the merchant is visibly perturbed and in need of some assistance.
Tell me, what brings you here, friend? Huh? Like every bit of work, perhaps? Some small job to add a little weight to that coin purse of yours, huh? Well, you're in luck. The pugilists have just placed an order with me for several of the leather gloves and harnesses they use for sparring. But the trade is cruel, for I find myself lacking the hides required. Would that I had the pelts of a few snapping shrews. What say you, friend? Care to help a merchant down in his luck? Maybe 5 snapping shrew pelts, and I promise to make it worth your while. You can find the creatures roaming central Fanalan.
So that's another side quest. The Worried Weaver we can't do because it's locked. Interrant Moogle.
The Magpendium will prove an invaluable source of resource during the Moogle treasure trove, Koopa. Pour over its contents to find the best way to get your hands on irregular tombstones, then use that knowledge to fill your packs. And once the weight of the tombstones becomes too much to bear, bring them to me, and I'll give you all sorts of rare and marketable items.
Hey, we've got the Mogpendium. Well, apparently you can access in the bottom left window down here. But yeah, the special event held at irregular interviews. Complete objectives during the event to attain irregular tombstones, which can be traded to Interrant Moogles for very rare items. And it's set for duration, which can only be accessed. Access a special site for a detailed schedule. Right, okay. And then the objectives, the standards, weekly, mini-mog, and ultimog. So these are kind of like community challenges. You've seen this before. In the Resident Evil 2 remake on Steam, there are multiple weekly challenges where you have to beat the game in certain ways, and that gets you these rewards. Would like to know what I think of Uldar. So, how are you talking to Uldar, Juliana? Making any new friends in high places yet? Well, when you have the Sultana's ear one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about all women. As long as you're here, mayhap you can do me a favor and take this missive to Josias at the Platinum Mirage. It's just over yonder, and the man will even give you some gil for your trouble. If only all the work in the city was this easy, eh? Yep, deliver an unsigned envelope to Josias, wherever they are. But in the interim, this is where the Pugilist Guild is, I believe. And there's Aetherite here. Oh, I just noticed the little doggo. Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Mamodi at the quicksand? Excellent! Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That'll be 100,000 gil, if you please, madam. Apologies. But I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into aetheral energies and are primarily used as means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of aetherites and their connection to the flow of the aether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune herself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it will be prudent of you to attune yourself to any aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I shall be happy to answer your questions. So we've now learned return. So you tune with the aetherite, you're now able to use the return spell. Yay, there we go. So the spell return can be used to instantly travel back to the aetherite set as your home point. Customers does not require any MP and can be accessed by returning travel from the main menu. The sole limitation of the spell is that it only counts once every 15 minutes in Earth time. So you can't spam it. You can't just like get yourself almost killed and go back. Oh, is that a little dino? That's kind of cute. So they're basically players who played the game for got to level 100. Yeah, well, as for you, Milky Kittens. That must be a guild that they're part of. Shiver Moonlight. I wonder if they're a Resident Evil 5 fan, because Shiver was a character in that game. Not everyone names the characters to do with other games, though. I felt that coming. Sorry, people. I couldn't stop it. Oh, there is a dungeon that way, apparently. So in terms of this video, I'm hoping to put it up at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of the moving it around. It might be a video edited down, or I might put it up raw dog. We'll see. There's a quest I can complete up here. I just saw it on the map. Oh. So much for that plan. That door's locked.
Greetings, someone. I am a delivery Moogle, Koopa. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Moogle's supposed to hide in trees and avoid contact with outsiders. Why would they agree to carry out our letters? Why, indeed. If I had my way, I'd be curled up under the canopy of a nice oak dreaming about some beautiful moglet and a rainbow-colored pom-pom, Kubo. But no, the moonlights are going to drop from the sky, causing all of that terrible commotion. Aetherites were shattered and scattered ink pearls rendered useless. For moons, the poor, wingless people of Eorzea had no way of communicating with each other, beyond screaming at the top of their lungs, which no one really approved of, Kupo. That is until the little horned ones asked us to assist them by delivering messages. At first, we were wary of showing ourselves, worried that one of you might catch us, skin us, like you do every other forest furry. But once we saw how much we were appreciated, we knew we found our calling. And I personally promised to try and not read any along the way, Kupo. No letters for you today, Kupo.
Yep, so Can be accessed by delivering that. Click on the metal box to send messages, items, and guild to anyone on your friend list. Yes. So, the friends list. I don't have any at the moment because I don't have any friends. There's a reason why Alice is my favourite demon in SMT and my favourite persona. She wants people to die for her so they can be friends forever. Now, the problem with this game is it's not something I can really do long term as a Let's Play. There's a very simple reason why. You have to constantly play it. So I'm trying to find where that quest is, because it was on the other side. Right, okay. So the map's a bit different to what I'm used to, so I'm just slowly getting into it, but it tells me we've got to go to the right here. Yep, this is the one. This is our guild. Gelfer does not like the way you were looking at him, but we'll let it pass if you deliver a message for him. Hey, you, I saw you looking at me. You got something to say, huh? No? Well, I do. You know Diddley Otter, short, broke, never pays what he owes. Yeah, the bleeding horse son. Tell him to pay up, or I swear by the 12 I'll beat him so hard it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamud. If I see that little shite's face, I'll end up pounding him into a bloody pulp. Like as not, so you go and tell him. So I need to go and threaten him. There's a quest here as well for Josias. Hang on, can I accept that but not abandon the one I'm doing? You have business with the Platinum Mirage this evening? Yes, I do. A missive from Wyman. Alright then, let's have a look. Bird is barren, let the hounds feast. So it goes. Oh, this. Well, you see, the guild is often contracted to provide protective services. Unfortunately for this particular petitioner, a women's investigation has revealed his finances to be wanting. Maybe adventurers like you don't mind working for free, but we have a business to run. I myself have 4 mouths to feed, so this bird will have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. Fine, I'll take that. Yay, we're completing another quest. Right, so let's go and threaten him. They've sent around an East End thug, people. Me. There he is. Diddlata. Oh, gods be good. Give us good. All right. I'll give back every kill I owe. I swear, but no one beats. I beg you. I didn't even have to say anything. He folded most of the pack of cards. Some items can be used grabbing attribute boosts and items are set in use in the item's sub-commands. Okay. All items with recast timers cannot be used again until the timer has expired. Items used often can be set for your hotbar for easy access. Okay, so... boot shines, a weapon skill. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Wow, sprinting is locked. Then again, to be fair, when you sprint for long periods of time, it's actually quite annoying. Right, now that we've done a couple of side quests, let's quickly go into the guild proper. See if it's actually going to let me proceed. Here we are, Gagaruna.
Greetings, and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. I see you already want the path of the Pugilist, yet your journey has only just begun. I highly recommend you add your name to our roll, for there's no better place in the realm to train in our discipline than here. The origins of pugilism as we know it can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attracted fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the blood sands. Amidst this chaotic intermingling of styles, there arose a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made it her life's mission to master every art form she encountered, that she might refine her art. Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when barehanded fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armored gladiators and effortlessly bested the lot of them. Word of her fate spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ulda swiftly transformed into a center of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters. The woman's name was Cornelia, and it is her that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The art practice here is based on her all-encompassing style, and this training hall is modeled upon the one which she once built. And there it is, a brief history of our guild. I told this tale 1,000 times, but gods, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, should you wish to proceed with enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know if you'd like to meet him.
Yep.
So, you ready to present yourself to Guildmaster's inspection? Master Hamad is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, the man has ruled the blood sands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favor of training aspiring fighters. You'll find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show him the fighting spirit that burns within you.
Right, so we can report to Momodi, which gets us something. We can also speak with the master of the pugilist at the Pugilist Guild. And that's where the guild master is. So let's go and cash in this quest with Momodi. Oh, I thought there might be something in the water because of the light, but nope, not this time. So to say, this game, of course, you can pay a subscription to have the full game, but if you do the version I'm doing, which is the free demo, you can actually get, I believe, all the way up to level 70 and basically play the game infinitely. You just don't get access to all the quests. Which, to say, is not bad. Oh, wow, is that Carbuncle? Oh, that's cool. They must be a master summoner.
How'd you tour the city, Juliana? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, who does a big place with lots to see and do? But wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring you got a purpose, okay? Alright then. Well, so if you work hard, trade, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand.
Yay, 800. And we've acquired True Strike. Because we've actually managed to obtain that by leveling up again, so that's pretty awesome. Right. Well, that is where we're going to wrap up this recording. With a nice bugle, nice performance. So, this has been a very brief intro, and maybe we'll explore more of this world. Until next time.